Doreen King, whose funeral was held in nearby Whaplode Drove last Monday, was a much-loved figure in Holbeach Drove where she lived for more than 70 years. Organiser of the Land Girls' reunion at her home which started 25 years ago, Mrs. King's life was celebrated at St. John the Baptist Church, Whaplode Drove, where amongst those in attendance were most of her 5 surviving children, 12 grandchildren and 22 great-grandchildren. Patricia Brooks, now of County Durham and Mrs. King's eldest daughter, said, "Mom just loved everybody and she always welcomed everybody into her home because she was such a warm, loving and giving person. My mom just gave everything and she was the one responsible for keeping all the Land Army reunions going." Inviting all the other Land Girls to come round to her house for tea. Born in Millbrook, Huddersfield, Mrs. King had a very hard upbringing, according to her daughter, starting work at a textile mill where Patricia said her mum did dirty, dangerous work from the age of just 14. Patricia Brooks, eldest daughter of Doreen King. 5 years later, Mrs. King was recruited to the Women's Land Army where she did agricultural work in Jedney Hill, picked strawberries, carrying onions and haystacks as the men were called up to fight in World War II. Speaking to our sister newspaper, the Lincolnshire Free Press, in November 2013, Mrs. King said, "I'm little now but I used to be a lot bigger than this because we had to be strong to do the work. There was nothing else to do and I didn't realize when I left the Land Army that I wasn't going to go back, but I have no regrets." Mrs. King left at the age of 21 to marry her husband of nearly 56 years, Farmer Fred King, who died in 2001. She was awarded a Land Army Medal under ex-Labour Prime Minister Gordon Brown's government in July 2008, and spent the rest of her life in Whaplode Drove until her death on March 20. Badge brings recognition at last for Land Army girls. Last of the Land Girls of Holbeach Drove. Obituary: former Surfleet and Spalding resident Joy Noon dies aged 86.